In the writings of Isaiah the prophet, there is the description of the suffering servant. The mission of the suffering servant was to die for the redemption of sinners. This individual would be totally innocent, but he would give his life for others. Back in the day, the people were waiting for a king, a Messiah, who would be full of power and glory. But Jesus comes as the suffering servant, very humble. He comes to bring justice and peace and joy. St. Paul writes to the Corinthians, I deliver to you first of what I have also received, that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures. St. Paul is telling us that Jesus took on suffering to forgive our sins. Isaiah continues in chapter 53, He was wounded for our transgressions and tortured for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that made us whole. This description of the suffering servant sounds like an eyewitness account of Jesus in his suffering. He is the one who suffers for others. He pours out his entire life without reservation for the good of others, for the salvation of the world. So that first reading from Jeremiah, a contemporary of Isaiah, talks about the one who would be denounced, the one who would be betrayed, the one who would be put to death. Let us denounce him. Let us take our vengeance on him. What irony that someone good would be interpreted as evil. How sad that the one who wants to bring salvation would be rejected and ignored. So we hear slowly but surely in the Gospel of John how the plot against Jesus' life gains momentum. Yesterday we heard Jesus explain, I am. He's using the name of God. The crowd wanted to stone him to death. Today in the Gospel, Jesus says, I am the Father, and the Father is in me. And again, the crowd wants to pick up stones and stone him to death. He's identifying himself as God, as truly God, truly man, to bring salvation to the world. But for that he will suffer. The crowds do not understand. They cannot comprehend. But this is all part of God's marvelous mystery. God's plan for our salvation, hidden from many, many centuries, but now made clear. Jesus suffered for the salvation of the world. He gave himself that we would be children of God. Now, we who are children of God, we are called to pick up our cross and follow the Lord, and that we offer our sufferings as a prayer to be united to the cross of Jesus. As we read in the Scriptures, not only did the crowds misunderstand Jesus, but even Peter and the apostles, when Jesus explained that he would suffer, die on the cross, and rise again, they couldn't comprehend it. Making the journey from Galilee to Jerusalem, Jesus told them 3 times about his passion, about his suffering. They wanted no part of it. They said to Jesus, we love your beautiful homilies, we love your miracles, we love how you care for the poor and the sick, but don't tell us about the cross, don't tell us about suffering. But that was the mission of Jesus. to give his life on the cross, that we would have life and life to the full.